I hate quoting LA Knight because my mod hates him so much, but let me talk to you. A thought that I had on my mind, and I only asked if you was here because I feel like you was gonna fuck with this the most. And this goes obviously to my YouTube audience. Like, subscribe, bell to stay notified. You already know the vibes. I started to realize that I think I understand like the and I yo, this is gonna come out of left fucking field. I understand the poison that liberals are. Like, and the only reason why I say that is because I recognize like that this Israel Palestine conflict has really shown me that there are a group of people who specifically will say, yeah, this is bad. Yeah, that's bad. But then, like, the change that they want or the solutions that they offer that they're willing to go as far for only go to put band aids on, like, any solution. And it's this constant rhetoric of things are fine, things are better. So as long as we don't regress from that point, and why would you want to agitate a state that also wants to regress? You're only helping them. Liberals kind of it's just mid at this point. Hate is a strong word, but I really, really, really don't like you. You had to be there. You had to be there. Now that it's over, I forgot the rest of the words. I don't really, really know about you. Some shit like that. Anyway, I recognize more than ever now, and this isn't like a shot at in the political. It's just I never really, and I've been doing this for years, so I've never really understood the left liberal like impact way movement type of thing because I never put any thought to it. I knew that I was on the left side of certain political issues because the left side seemed to be the only side proposing solutions that made sense and weren't racially like motivated. You know, I go really down into it. Like, definitely New York is a melting pot. Like, right. Like, for me to align with Tim Pool or Ben Shapiro's views on like what's going on outside while I live in New York don't make sense is what I'm trying to say. I try to make things a little bit more elegant and a little bit more quaint because I like expressing myself in a full like grand understanding way. So at least like, you know, I'm not bullshitting you on how I got to a certain point. But for this one and this one alone, it really feels like I can see such a separation for like things like housing. People will say, yeah, we should help the homeless, but we also shouldn't like just give them homes. You see what I mean? Because they won't learn a work ethic. I agree with the sentiment, but any physical change just doesn't make sense. How are we going to, like, they'll be the people who say, how are we going to pay for it? Like, liberals love student debt being canceled. I'm sorry, leftists love student debt being canceled. Liberals are like, not all of it though. Like, there's such a just a staunch difference in, and it goes to the Israel Palestine thing. Two sides are aggressors to them. Yeah, October 7th was horrible, but what Israel's been doing for this longest time is horrible. They both need to lay down their guns. I feel like the liberal despondent position is to say everything is fucked, so you all need to back off. And it's like, that reminds me of how Israel is doing what it's doing now. It's like it's pummeling them to dust for its. I feel like I've said this before. Fuck, it's like, oh my God. Like, I'm actually stressing myself out while I talk about this. You're cutting the boy's hand off for putting his finger in the fan. The thing that my Palestinian brother said. Like, and you're cutting the boy's hand off for putting his finger in the fan. If your child puts their finger in a fan and you don't like it, cutting his hand off so he won't do it again wouldn't help. But liberals will just say they both need to. And then that gets mixed in with the right wingers who say Hamas needs to release the hostages and this all over and this is all over. They're flooding the tunnels where the hostages are. If they're trying to bomb Hamas and Hamas is in control of the hostages, that means that the hostages must be with Hamas. So if they keep trying to kill Hamas without precision snipers, they must be hitting a hostage or two, right? It has to work that way. You can't kill innocent civilians and also say not one of them was a hostage. Or you say Hamas I'm sorry, Hamas. You say fucking Hamas is holding the people of Gaza hostage. Well, you're killing more hostages, right? And liberals just lock on to that shit. Like, liberals will see this situation and say, it's both sides' fault. And I keep asking myself, like throwing myself 5,000 years into the future. Fuck it, 500 at this point now. What is Earth supposed to be like? Because now I look at the left divisions and I see these like responses that are just vile towards any movement that's supposed to get other people where we were. Why can the American Revolution happen, but no other revolution can happen? We created a new form of warfare to kill off as many British soldiers that came here. The whole point of them surrendering and giving us the statehood to separate was because they couldn't fuck with us anymore. I like the whitest kids you know skit. The British stand up. You've taken 2 volleys. You've taken 2 volleys. You've taken 2 volleys. And then it's like, oh, but they did this and oh, they did that and they're savages. And I'm like, dog, you know what we did in Afghanistan. Get rid of the notion that military action of any kind by anyone in control is escapable from any of the worst things you've ever seen, including murder, point blank murder. Eliminate all of that because every army, that's what they're built for. Army, Navy, not defense. They're not, the soldiers out there right now are not defending our freedoms. We are literally in control. We are so in control that the fact that we're even talking about this puts me in a position like, why would you have a liberal mindset? Why would you want it all to be just quiet? I have to pull you further left because that we should all be nice to each other and help us out, when we can. That shit's not working. I feel like people who are alive right now feel like there's infinite time. There's so much time, and I keep telling people there's not that much time. And I was just feeling that for the first time ever, and that's why I asked if my chatter Cagnadian was here at the beginning of this. I was watching the debate again because everybody's fucking watching that Jubilee video. Jesus Christ. And my partner had grabbed me and she was like, that's exactly that liberal mindset. And I just said, yeah. That I don't, if we have a ceasefire, that just gives Hamas time to regroup as well. Everybody's got to lay it down. Yes, Israel's actions are horrendous, but that doesn't give them the right to rape and burn babies. And it's like, When I ask for fucking proof of that, you do the Piers Morgan, which I'm going to talk about later, not on YouTube. I'll be on Twitch. So by the time you see this, I've already talked about it. Maybe I'll put this one up today. Who knows? Depends on how I feel. No, I can't. Wait, yes, I can when I come back home from work. Anyway, like this liberal, and I hate this term because I've started to come to the idea that like labels really only tell me in which framework you closely identify with given certain circumstances are true in any given hypothetical about how to improve the world or harm the world. It doesn't tell me about your person, your nature, your traumas. It doesn't tell me about like what you've missed in life or maybe what you've had an abundance of. So again, this isn't like a fuck liberals type of video, but that mindset just, I grabbed it. I was like, that's what the liberals be doing. This platitude of side to side, hand in hand. Like Negan said it best. I know we're not gonna sit around and braid each other's hair, but how about a little thank you? Your boy over there, he hid in one of my trucks and machine gunned a bunch of my men down. And I brought him home safe and sound. And I fed him spaghetti. This girl over here shot Lucille, so I gave you one less mouth to feed. This guy wanted me to kill you and put him in charge. So I took him out for you. Like everybody has a fucking side want. And I can't make this distinction hard enough. And it really starts to get bad because all I've done is talk about the label thus far. And I haven't even gotten into black liberalism, which is a whole other venue of choice. But what I will say is that these are just my thoughts. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, and I'll see you when I see you. Bye.